As wealthy or rich someone may be, there is one thing that is very valuable that cannot be bought with money. And that is time. Is time. Even if everyone having 24 hours a day seems like a huge amount of time, if you think about it, there is just so much we could do in such a limited amount of time that even 24 hours a day will feel like a heartbeat. And that is an issue that applies to everyone, including me, a degenerate trying to put his life together. As much as I love making content, the bitter reality that I have to face is that I am still in high school. And of course I would receive all the usual stuff a high schooler would get, whether it be homework, exams, projects, an abundance of social anxiety paired with a lack of self-confidence, and I would always place that as an excuse to my year-long hiatus of making content. Actually, about schoolwork, I'm going to go do some schoolwork right now because even if it's the mid-semester break, I still have a lot of stuff I haven't done. So let's get that done right now. The battery died. Despite having huge aspirations for this channel at the start, wait, actually, hold on, let me just take off this hat for a moment. For some reason, by the end of 7th grade, I decided to focus more on academics, ergo improving my scores and my work ethic at school, because I was not doing so well at the time. And load the Stephen he accent. If you're an Asian, only A is acceptable. Everything below and you get a whooping up yo. I'm just kidding, guys. I live in a healthy household. Please don't send help. But although it may not look like it, I ended up being one of those, I guess you could say, achieving students, and focusing more on my studies was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Until it went a little bit too far, because soon I started neglecting all other aspects in my life, only for the means of better grades, whether it be health, my social life, my time with my family, and also something that I was once very passionate about. And by the time I was in high school, I was already stuck in this endless loop of chasing good scores, hence my year-long hiatus of posting on YouTube. Using the information in Extract B, calculate to 2 decimal places the operating profit margin for Jack Wills Limited in 2018. At least one. But now that I reflect on it, was it worth it? I mean, being someone who has achieved quite a lot in school at the expense of the things I enjoy most. The answer to that is a big, fat, positive no. Come to think of it, as important as doing well in school is, I might have wasted a huge part of my teenage life working late nights, giving up until my last drop of energy for grades. Because, well, I notice a lot of my friends who aren't forcing themselves to achieve highly in school, but are overall still doing well. And compared to them, even if I'm doing better academically in life, I'm doing no better than them. And as such, here I am trying to leave a bit more time for the things I enjoy. Making videos. Find the value of K. At least 1. But the thing is, high school isn't all about scores. That's obvious. Because there's also this thing called student organizations. Common belief among my schoolmates when we first got into high school was that we should be active in as many student organizations as possible, Why? Because it adds to our credit when applying for college or university, which I guess is partially true. And so my incompetent, overambitious self back then decided to join as many as I could. Doesn't matter which one, just as long as I can get that little precious piece of paper we call a certificate. Make a 4 to 10 paragraph essay describing who you are as a person. My name is Ezzy and I like to sleep. 9 paragraphs, yeah, I cooked everyone. But the funny thing is, I ended up quitting a lot of those clubs myself because, well, I ended up not doing a lot in them. And well, I realized too late that I did not deserve to be in any of those clubs because I was joining them not to improve my skills, not to expand my work experience, and not to develop my social skills because I still have no friends, but purely because I wanted to make my CV look better. But that should by no means be your main objective in joining a student organization because, well, the essence of them is to help people grow as individuals, to help students find their place in school, to meet new people, not for you to sacrifice all your time and effort just for that extra credit. Hear me out though, I'm not saying that you should just ditch studying or be inactive at school or just ignore your work just to have more time for your interests and your hobbies, because that's not the point. I don't want any parent out there getting mad at their child for not studying and for them to say, oh, but this random Asian guy on YouTube said I should make more time for my interests and hobbies instead of studying. This is just a reminder for everyone else, and including me, because I still suck at this, to just maintain that perfect work-life balance. Don't slack off too much, but at the same time, don't push yourself too hard. I understand that having a lot of priorities between work or school and everything else that's important for you can be stressful, even for me, but I feel like that's probably a reason why it's important to just take a moment to wind down for a little bit. And that's partly the reason why I love photography so much. I don't think this applies to photographers only, but to a lot of people as well. Taking pictures can be a brief escape from all the problems you have because you're incentivized to focus on the present and forget everything else. Not overthink the past and not worry about the future. Focus on the here, the now, and the things happening around you, because that is how you know when to capture the best of moments. All in all, just remember to leave some time for the things you enjoy.